Hello and welcome to another video review. This is going to be of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion for the PC. I know this review has been long awaited by many of you who saw my Elder Scrolls Arena review, and I'm sorry about how my voice sounds. It's because I'm having an allergy problem right now, so I'm sorry about that. I don't need to say anything about how awesome the graphics are. You can just take one look at this game and realize how beautiful it can be. The only problem with the graphics is that some of the textures are a little inconsistent. Like when you go around and outside, everything looks absolutely gorgeous, and when you go to certain areas and look at certain things, there's a little bit of clipping. There's some you know, slightly lower res textures, but that doesn't matter really because the overall presentation is just awesome. In addition, the music is absolutely awesome. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I really liked it. Really good orchestral stuff by Jeremy Soule. He kept the same vein as the Morrowind soundtrack in terms of especially the opening theme, and which you can tell is basically a modified version of the Morrowind theme. The sound effects, on the other hand, are kind of choppy at sometimes. The general sound effects sound great, but some of the voice work is a little bit stupid. I mean, you got Sean Bean and Patrick Stewart doing voice work, which is just awesome. But then the voices for all the minor characters tends to get a little bit, well, subpar, I guess you could say. They use the same voices for all the races. For like, if you go to one dark elf, then all the other dark elves will sound like him or her. Same thing for like the Bretons, the Imperials, the Nords, etc. A little thing I noticed going from Morrowind to Oblivion is that when you join the Fighters Guild in Balmora in Morrowind, the first quest you do is to hunt down some cave rats and just slaughter them. You do this in Dorraine Thelis' house, because she's the person who you went to see about the quest and blah blah blah. In Oblivion, when you enter the Fighters Guild in Anvil, the first quest you do is cave rats with Arvina Thelis, and it's pretty interesting. A little nod back to Morrowind. The combat system is much improved over Morrowind's in the fact that instead of having the stupid system that was in Morrowind and Daggerfall and Arena, where you would attack, but the way you hit depended on a dice roll, in Oblivion, if you hit something and you're close enough, you will hit it. Now, the damage you do may depend on your stats and all that stuff, and your weapon and all that, but you will hit the target if you swing and you're close enough. And the physics engine actually plays a part in arrows too, so. And that is a cool little addition, the physics engine, but it really doesn't play too much a part except for, you know, picking up and placing items, rag dolls, and the arrow physics. But it is a nice little thing to have, even though it doesn't do too much. Now, I do have some gripes about the game, and that's the fact that it lacks depth compared to Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, even. The inventory system, while it's streamlined and that's a pretty decent thing, the equipment system, where you could mix and match different armor pieces and stuff, I really like that, and they went away with that and only did leggings, your chest armor, a helmet, gauntlets, and boots in this one. Whereas, say, in Morrowind, you could do individual shoulder pieces, individual gauntlets, all that stuff. So that's really bad not to have, in case anybody thought that was a cool little thing to do, because you could end up with some really interesting combinations in Morrowind. Another problem I had is that I did a lot of the fun stuff in, you know, level 1, and that's a problem. When you can beat the entire game at level 1, you know you've found something wrong with it. Now, there are certain quests that require you to be different levels, but you can complete the game with most of the fun stuff at level 1, and that really bothered me. So if you're looking for a good challenge, then you definitely want to go with, say, Oscuro's Oblivion Overhaul or Martin's Monster Mod or something like that, where it'll up the difficulty for you. Now, all that doesn't mean that it's a bad game, and quite the contrary, it's a good game. It's just not, you know, as good as Morrowind was, or Daggerfall especially. It's still good, well worth the play, so check it out if you're into Elder Scrolls. Just remember to keep your bar low for depth compared to, you know, Morrowind, Daggerfall, etc. And if you're looking to enter the series, this is probably the best place to start. If you looking for a more complex role-playing game in the Elder Scrolls series, definitely go with Morrowind or Daggerfall. I give it a 3.5 out of 5, and thanks for watching.